Hi viewers, welcome to Vidyalakshmi YouTube channel. So last session we came to know about the colonialism and tribal society part 1. In continuation to that video, we are going to discuss today part 2, the remaining part. Especially the two important tribal people who are in the northeastern part of India. They rebel against the British to fight for their freedom. Okay, those things we are going to, actually this is a foundation for your 9th and 10th. So directly the Britishers reached India and they started trading and they occupied so and so many things were happened. But originally what was happened? The complete statement you are able to gain only in the lower sections. So you students kindly be cautious with the statement. During the time of World War I, after World War II, India got a independence. There is no statement. Simply they completed. What was happened behind the screen? What was the thing was happened? Those things we want to see. So the initial content, everything we have in the lower sections, especially in the 8th standard. So this is the absolute base for your higher classes topic. Okay, we will enter into the topic now. Learning outcome. Number 1, about the Sandal rebellion. In previous video, it is one of the oldest language, tribal people language, Sandali. There we stop. From here we are going to start from there. Okay, learning outcome. First we are going to discuss about the Sandal rebellion. Then the next one is Birsa Munda revolt and also their progress of the movement. And the next one is tribal rewards in Northeast. First, Sandal rebellion. They were inhabited. They were inhabited large parts of the present day Jharkhand, West Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Jharkhand, West Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Completely they were surveyed here. And after the Battle of Plassey by the year 1757, in previous video we came to know Battle of Plassey, Boxer. So we should remember, okay, we have to recatch those years. So history means we need to keep the year. Okay, Battle of Plassey 1757 CE. CE means Common Era. The control of many parts of this region passed to the British. They occupied everything. When the Nawab ruler came, they became weaker. They occupied the entire regions. So everything brought under the control of British. They began to set out new rules. So they themselves, as per their wish, they started modernizing or they make some modification in the rules, or sometimes they completely vanished and they introduced some set of rules and regulations. For what? In order to increase their trade profit. In order to increase their profit. So that is why they started completely demolishing, destroying the forest. They are filling the forest, introduction of cash crops and revenue systems with agitated the Sandal. Okay, these things which agitated the Sandal. So that is why Sandal people are tribal people. Because of the new rules and regulation and also the taxation method, make them a great pressure. That is why they started rebel against British. Next, in 1855, after we came to know in previous slide, from 1757 there was a remarkable changes. Many things they made. They made lot of changes in the administration, collecting the revenue by the British. So especially in 1857, led by a family of. So from there only the rebellion become a great. It will become very great, very popular. The 4 people are Sidhu, Kanu, Chand and Bhairav. Not only these 4 male people, their sisters also were joined. Their 2 sisters also joined the rebellion to fight for their freedom in order to gain some benefits from the Britishers, because British occupied the entire region. They used primitive weapons. They started fight with the British. You know very well, tribal people, they were lack of modern communication as well as they don't know about the modern weapon, but Britishers used a gun. So the rebel was very immediately crushed. They used rifles and guns. They used modern weapons. So that is why their revolt came to an end very quickly. Nearly 20,000 Sandals during 1855. The population is very more. Unfortunately, 20,000 people were lost their lives fighting against the British. Next, here let's check. We'll discuss. Number 1, list any 2 causes of dissent among the tribal community. Very simple answer, easily we can answer. Then name the region mainly inhabited by the Sandals. The states we have to mention here. Then who led the Sandal rebellion? 4 plus 2 brothers, easily we can present here. Next, the Birsa Munda rebellion. The revolt commonly known as Birsa Munda. Why it is called? Because it took place in the Munda tribe. The revolt was spread among the Munda rebellion, so it is called Munda tribe, so it is called Munda rebellion. Okay. The Singham and Ranchi districts of Chotanagpur Plateau region. Chotanagpur Plateau region means in India we have 3 important plateaus. From the plateau means stable land. What is the speciality of the plateau? In plateau we have lot of minerals. For example, coal, iron ore. This Chotanagpur Plateau is prominent in basically 2 things, iron ore and coal. The tribal worked on their land and paid tribute to the chief. Tribute to the chief. Actually the land, they are the real owners, but they paid as a tax or tribute to huge amount of money as a tax to the Britishers. Clear? Their land system was known as Kunkari system. What is this Kunkari system? The system was marked by the absence of the class of landlords. They made some fragmentations, some hectares of land. Their work want to work under the group and they have to pay regular tax to the British government. Next, the Sandal rebellion continuation. This system was completely disturbed by bringing in under the control of Jamindar or Jagirdars in the year 1874. So there was many changes was happened after the 1757. So one more change greatly, it made a lot of impact to the rebellion people, especially the Sandal groups in 1874. The new setup required that they pay revenue to the Jagirdars. Sandal not Munda group, Munda Birsa. Okay. The introduction of Jamindari created the classes. Jamindar landlords and Riot tenants. Riot means tenant here. Jamindar means landlords, Riot means tenants. These people worked under the Jamindars. Suddenly, unfortunately, there were 2 famines. It greatly affected the living standard of people in between 1896 and 1900. Previously, they made the set of rules and regulations also affected. At the same time, naturally, 2 famines also greatly affected the people between the year 1896 and 1900, made them suffer from starvation. So there was scarcity. There is no food at all for the people. In order to feed their 1 time per day also, completely it destroyed. It brought about much more atrocities, many problems by the Jamindar for payment. Instead of starvation one side, next first because of the famine, they raised starvation. This made them the revenue getting reduced. On the other hand, Jamindar gave more pressure to the people because they have to pay a lump sum amount to the British, so they squeezed their energy. Okay, Jamindars, they forced the people to pay the high payment tax. So in a particular circumstances, what they made, they automatically move for money lenders, and after that they have to pay the interest generally. If I got a loan, I have to pay the interest. Only because of these serious situations, it made them, they can't pay their loan as well as the interest. What happened finally? They handed over the entire property to them and they became a laborer under the people. The revolt was led by a person. Because of this serious situation, these people also jump into the rebel named Birsa Munda. So it is called Birsa Munda rebellion. Like the other movement by the tribals, like the other movement by the tribal, this movement was also directed against the outsiders, Daikus. Who are the Daikus? Landlords. They are called landlords, traders, merchants and government officers. Like the other movement by the tribal, this movement was also directed against the outsiders, Daikus, called landlord, trader, merchants and as well as the government officers. So what was the result? What was the progress? The progress of the movement. The objective of Birsa was to attain religious and political independence. So independently we want to do our work. If someone continuously giving pressure means we can't do. So they were in need of independence. He felt that this could be, the Birsa Munda rebellion head, he felt that this could be achieved only by ending the oppression by the Daikus and by driving the British out of their territory. So how can we achieve independence? We know these people only giving the pressure. We strongly oppose the people and also we made lot of requests, kindly reduce pressure. So many requests they made, but there is no sort of result obtained. It resulted, so they decided, they come to a conclusion. We want to do two things. One thing, firstly, we can achieve only by making the oppression, ending the oppression. Okay, by the Daikus. And on the other result is, we completely sending out the British from Indian territory, or by eliminating them completely. They want to eliminate them. He asked the Mundas not to pay rent. First what they said, don't pay the rent, tax, don't pay the rent, stop paying the amount to that particular officials. Next, Birsa was convicted along with others on 19th November 1895. This you can underline this. This is one of the important one mark. As a charge of rioting, they become a rebellion. They charged as a Britishers. What they did? They charged these people a real rebellion. So they put into prison. They got imprisonment for 2 years. In which day? On which year? 19th November 1895. They got punishment and they were imprisoned for 2 years. Next, the revolt, a tribal revolt in northeast, especially the Seven Sisters of India. The British were expanding their territory. Very quickly the rebel came to an end because they used primitive methods of weapons, but Britishers used modern weapon. So it came to a conclusion very quickly. Planning to construct a road through the northeastern region. So they want to travel here and there, north to south, east to west, everywhere. So they decided to construct a road. Where? From northeastern region to Burma. The present name is Myanmar. Old name is Burma, present name is Myanmar. As early as 19th century. The Khasi tribe resented such oppressive action and thousands of Khasis participated in the guerrilla warfare. So Britishers they were completely not expecting about the guerrilla warfare technique. It's a special technique following by the people of Assam. Halting the British ventures in these areas. Further, there is no movement. They stopped completely by preventing it, by moving from one region to another region. Completely they stopped with a special technique called the guerrilla type of warfare. The local ruler Tyrat Singh, there one local ruler came. He was a local leader. Tyrat Singh was also killed, and the Britishers subsequently managed. They followed some diplomatic techniques here. So very quickly they completely suppressed this revolt by the military power in 1833. So everything came to an end. As per their ambition, they achieved their goal. They completely achieved their goal by crushing they identify the people who are all the rebellious people. They identified with the help of the local people. Some people are there, they themselves showing the people, these people are always problematic to the British administration. Their work was very easy to suppress. It resulted, everything came to an end by the year 1833. So at last, similarly, more revolts took place in Assam. After that, after killing the local ruler head Thairad Singh, many revolt was grown up, but everything Britishers brought under their control by making some military actions in Kamrup and Darrang districts, but British were able to suppress. Here you want to notice one thing, they were able to suppress these as well, because they used military here, they used modern weapon here, so everything came under their control, brought under control. And here let's check, let's check, in which area did the Birsa Munda revolt take place? So that state name we want to mention. What do you understand by Kunkari system, land distribution system? Okay, what forced the tribal to take loan? Because of two things we want. One is Jamindar gave more pressure to pay the amount. On the other hand, famine affected the people. Who led the revolt against the British in Chotanagpur region? Very easy, just one line answer, very simple for you. What was the objective of the Birsa movement? Why did the British arrest Birsa? And also here one more line also you can write here. How many years they got the imprisonment also you can write. You can add and write. Okay. Why did the government conduct surveys and settlement operations for the tribal? So these are all some of the, let's check. These questions were taken out from our textbook. Very easily we can answer. Suppose if you have any doubt now, you just rewind and see the video and you can answer. Okay. So listen carefully. There is no necessity for again rewinding the video. If you are observing the statement, easily you can answer. Okay. Now assessment, true or false. Here I gave 6 questions. From these 2 I have taken from our textbook only. Number 1, tribal came under the caste hierarchy. False. The statement is false. There is no caste hierarchy. Tribal did not have any knowledge of medical. Absolutely wrong. They know very well. They don't know modern hospital. They can cure any type of disease with the help of the herbal products. Then tribal worship the forces of nature. Yes, true. They choose one particular place or they can worship in their same home. In previous video we came to know very clearly. British colonial rulers were more powerful than tribal chiefs. Yes, true. They followed different techniques, but anyway, British used some special technique to crush the revolt. British did not favor shifting cultivation. True. They did not, because they are in great demand, they are in great need of, instead of food crop, cash crops. Example, saltpeter, indigo, those varieties they were in great need. It was a great demand for them. Next, the government passed a Tenancy Act in 1903, which recognized the Kunkari system. Yes, true. So as per the textbook content, there are 6 questions is given, 2 statements are false and remaining 4 statements are true here. Okay, so that's all, we are on the end of the session. And finally, as usual, I want to say thank you for you all for watching the video. Stay safe and save others.